So, a couple little notes off the rip. Let's see, is this?
Some of those are separate pieces, by the way.
Okay, so that's a subdiv. Yeah, they should be. The more things that are separate, better. One thing I'd suggest, there's no reason to worry about making this part of the main handle, you know, like on your high poly, just make everything separate pieces. Like this little grippy piece could just be a separate piece.
I just wasn't thinking about that when I was making it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real.
Yep. Yeah, it would just be easier to manage that way.
Probably most definitely easier.
Yeah, and then something about the way this goes. I guess it's okay if that's like.
Trying to get that cross shape was painful, and then I figured out like halfway through, oh, there's a much easier way I could have done this. Shit.
Cool. All right, so we need to do. So we need to make a low poly version of this. So. Okay. So when we make our low polys, you know, there's a few things that we're thinking about. We're thinking about, of course, you know, having less vertices, because this is a lot of vertices and we don't need that many. But we're also thinking about our textures, right? And so every face is going to have to fit on our texture somehow. So what's the biggest problem with the way this model is with that in mind?
Twisty.
No, that's not the biggest problem. Any guesses? What's gonna be like if we were to just unwrap it as is, without retopologizing it? What would be responsible for our greatest waste of texture space? Bryson. Yes. Yep. Things that are hidden. Yeah, things that are inside, that are occluded. Yeah, that's all going to be a waste. Okay. So we need to make a model that captures this shape while just kind of laying over top and not having any self-intersecting pieces. Okay, so this is going to be kind of tricky, because basically, ideally what we would do is like, this would all be like one piece, right? So
yeah, like all that except for the little thing at the end.
This is like a magazine that comes out, right? The magazine,
the little thing at the end, because that needs to be able to rotate individually. Like
this piece?
Yeah, that, not that part. That one needs to be able to rotate.
That's like a clip.
That could probably just stay how it is, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, but so basically we can hide this and we can kind of treat all this as like one piece, right? This will maybe be its own thing, so.
Yeah.
But like this is all gonna be one solid piece, right? Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take all this and I'm duplicating it and combining it into one piece just to focus on it, and you know what, just to make things real simple, I'll even just delete that, and like let's just take this as our example. So we're just going to focus on this for now. Okay, so we want to retopologize this. All right, can anybody guess where I'm gonna start? I'm gonna go and I'm going to make this live. Make live. All right.
Make live.
Yep.
What does that do?
It lets us use quad draw in live surface mode.
Oh, okay.
What else am I gonna not worry about? Not gonna worry about anything under the grid line, because we can use symmetry for that.
Right, that makes a lot of sense.
What I'm doing is I'm basically just trying to capture the overall form of this thing with as few faces as possible without losing any like major definition. actually not going to be as tough as what we're doing right now.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gonna be easier?
Because what's tough is this crazy weirdness here.
Yeah, that can
This intersection is what's difficult.
That can kind of be like, yeah. Ooh.
So what buttons are you pressing while you do all of this?
So this is, I'm in quad draw mode, or I'm in quad draw with live surface on. So to make a point, you left click. To fill between points, you hold shift. To extrude, you hold tab. Yeah, and then if you're ever unsure, you just open the tool properties, and all the keyboard shortcuts are in here. So you can just refer back to this. Yeah, so you kind of, get the concept here. You turn off. There we go. So basically the concept is, we're just trying to, capture these like big surface changes with as coarse geometry as we can.
How did you subdivide it? Like
You hold control, and that adds a loop. Yep. And so basically what you do is you just focus on the, you focus on the curved parts, and then, filling in the, filling in the flat parts is easy. So. And you can move verts towards each other to weld them, usually. Something's going on with these, though. They don't want to go. There we go. So, it's a little tedious. For this little thing, I would, I'd probably model that too, but let's just,
And for flat surfaces, just make big ass blocks.
you can do whatever you want, really.
Fills in the space, yeah.
This one's a little, this one is quite long, so maybe you don't want to go too crazy, but yeah, probably.
So too long is bad.
Yeah, it just, it just looks bad. It'll just get kind of weird. And like this looks bad too. Like, you probably want to come in and clean it up a bit.
And you're aiming for all of these to have 4 sides?
Ideally, but in the case of a hard surface object, it's not as important. So because this is not going to bend or deform or anything like that, really all I need to do is I just need to make sure I don't create any shapes that are impossible to unwrap.
Alright, I finally got unwrapping done decently on the hive model I showed you. My UVs aren't garbage on that one.
Nice.
Hooray!
Okay, gotta come in here. And so yeah, you just kind of want to make sure you're always giving enough edges so that, you're never like making things too sharp. You see how you can just build up these edges really quick?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be as fast at it, but that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, it comes with time and practice, but. It's a lot faster doing this. Come back. It's a lot faster doing this than it is building your high poly.
I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense. It's like tracing a picture. Like, it's still gonna take a little bit, but
Exactly.
you've already got, like, you don't have to do any of the sketch phase or any of that.
Exactly. The idea is already there. You don't need to waste any time thinking. It's just, rinse and
Just gotta do it.
repeat. Yeah. Yep, and then we can.
And if it, so I see the live surface models kind of dipping into the actual like the high poly,
Mhm.
is that okay or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's perfectly fine because we're going to unwrap this and bake maps.
Okay.
So
It's
as
no
long
big
as
deal.
it's not like super egregious, it'll just be able to.
The normal map will cover a lot of problems. Yeah. So like if you have like one face that's just like a little off or whatever, your normal map will kind of cover it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see. Let's just try to. Maybe we can even bake it. This comes together fast enough.
I mean, I was mostly nervous about the real weird, twisty shapes because I've never even done quad draw, and that's a hell of a shape to do it for the first time on.
Yeah, well, this is it. So, I mean, you see, you just follow it. You know, you just take it one face at a time.
Makes sense.
There's nothing any better or worse than any other shape about it. It's just a shape.
Makes sense. I'll probably be doing the whole main body as one thing instead of just a part of it at a time, right?
What do you mean?
How you separated just a part of it, I'm probably just gonna have to do the whole body like as one thing, just over time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just doing part of it just in the interest of time.
Yeah, like time, showing examples, like that's a good way to do it.
Mhm.
Now I'm gonna need to figure out how to get the quad draw.
And then here we've got one of these kind of situations where you've got like kind of like weird, like if I were to extrude these all the way in, it would make faces that are too small. So I'm just gonna do that.
How do you get to quad draw?
It's this one up here.
How do we get it to the mode that it's on?
You just turn on live surface.
Where is that option?
You right click on any model and choose make live.
Do you have to freeze transformations as well?
You don't have to.
Okay. And you do the symmetry afterwards, from what I understand.
Yes. In fact, I wouldn't even bother with the symmetry until after I've baked my maps.
I'm not figuring this out. I'm right clicking on it, no options coming up. I'm not seeing the make live option.
Almost done here. Okay, so again, level 4. Edges here and here.
And if you have to delete one of the faces that you did already, that you already made, it's just
Control Shift.
Control
and just
Shift.
click to get rid of it.
okay. Control Shift click.
Yeah, Quad Draw is pretty nice. Still not as nice as XSI, tool that I used to use before Autodesk shut it down. I'll never forgive them for. But it's pretty nice. Someday, I'm gonna make my own like plugin or something that is just like an Autodesk, soft image clone. Alright. Cool. So does this make sense? Alright, now then, let's, so then you just continue this for the whole model, right? But I want to also show you how to bake. Alright, because we've done this a few times. So everybody watch this. So you got to make your UVs first of all, and it's going to be easy because it's only half of our model. So we can just kind of do camera based and then unfold. Boom.
Does it matter what way you're looking at it before you do the camera base?
I mean, it'll just kind of determine like how it sort of orients it.
Okay. Is there any preference as to how it should be?
Well, once you unfold it, it's gonna kind of take it all the way anyway. So yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But yeah, so then you just figure out, you know, you pack it, whatever, you know. This is just an example, so we'll just put it here, middle. So these are our UVs. And now what we can do is we can shade it smooth, so soften edge. So now this is what our low poly looks like. Let's go ahead and delete our history. Okay, so that's what our low poly looks like. That's what our high poly looks like. Okay, so our low poly looks pretty lackluster compared to the high, right? But when we take this and export it, name it low, this, export it, name it high, and go into our baking program of choice. We can create.
Yes, the Doom 3 engine.
Yeah.
I'm still not over that.
Yep. Doom 3 if you've got the stones for it.
I feel like I'm gonna do it at least once as a bit. Just like every model was baked using the Doom 3 engine. This is not a joke. It took us 17 hours.
Yup. Alright, so now we're in here.
So when you create a new file here, you don't use anything as a base, or I don't know how.
This is just a baking tool, so I'm literally just importing the two files that I exported out of Maya.
Okay.
So I exported my high and my low, and now I put them in a bake group, and so now I can, I'm upside down. Why did it go upside down? Interesting. Oh. But yeah, so you see like that's my low, and that's my high. Oh, I've been upside down this whole time. What? I thought something felt weird. Okay, so I guess we'll see if it works. Alright, show the normals, ambient occlusion, blah blah blah, bake. And now you can preview it and disable your high poly, enable the low. And let's I guess flip this over so we can see it. But yeah, there we go. So what am I looking at right now? Am I looking at my high poly or my low poly?
Slow poly.
Yeah, but it looks pretty high poly, right? Got some kind of weird aliasing there. That's probably just because we baked with weird settings. Oh, actually, it's just like in the model itself. So you just have to fix this in the model. You just have to make sure it looks smooth. So like, see the way the faces intersect, they just look kind of faceted. That's producing this kind of weird look, but it's true to what the model looked like, right? So anyway.
Kind of crazy that it even got like the little divot on there.
Exactly, and look, it's completely fake.
That's awesome though, oh my god!
Uh-huh.
That's sick!
That's the power of normal maps.
I mean, yeah, like I would know. I've been doing game dev, but it's so cool to see it.
Isn't that cool? So yeah, here's the wireframe. There's literally nothing there. But you can't
Well, hey, now I know I don't need to cover that.
So yeah, in if I were doing it, I wouldn't, that wouldn't be high enough quality for me. I would create a little bump out, just a little one. You know, it doesn't need to be much. Just literally like, 8 vertices around, 1 in the middle, and just boop, just pop it up to create
Probably
just
what
a
I'll do,
little bit of depth. But yeah, it doesn't. As you can see, it's not even really necessary. So there you go. That's retopology and baking. So then you just apply that to your whole file.
That was so fast too. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna be